Welcome to a DK Custom Products video. My name's Kevin, this is Dwayne, and today we have probably one of the most exciting announcements, videos that we're making in at least a year, probably in the top 5 of all the videos we've ever made. This has been a labor of love, and it's finally coming to fruition. So Dwayne, you know what this video is about. This is something that we've put thousands of hours of work into, and we made a soft announcement on it a year ago, and now we're ready to do a full-blown announcement on it. What is it?
That's the DK Custom Products NexGen shocks. These are available in 12, 13, and for some models, like the trikes, 14 inches. They're available for Sportsters, Dynas, baggers, and obviously trikes, with more models yet to come in the future. Trikes are actually the most popular because, no suspension is good from the factory, but trikes is terrible. Absolutely terrible. So they're a substantial upgrade for any bike, but most importantly, the trikes. And this is probably the product we're most proud of. I don't know if it's because we put the most work into it or what, but as I don't know if you guys are aware, but a lot of times when you call in, you get me on the phone for customer service. My job is not to sell you parts. My job is to make you happy. So anytime I'm selling you a part that I know for sure you're going to be satisfied with, I feel like I'm doing my job. So I love these shocks because of that.
So we did a soft intro on these shocks about almost a year ago, like 11 and a half months ago. We'll put that video up in the corner here. And this has been something that took a year and a half to 2 years to develop these shocks.
Right.
Because one of the things about DK that is different from many other companies, besides the fact that we make most of the parts, is that we only have parts on our website that we would run on our own bike. And so especially on the shocks, the goal, the priority from day one, from when we first talked about, let's see if we can develop the best shock out there, was it has to be the best.
That's right.
Not only does it have to be the best, it has to have a lifetime warranty on it, like all the other parts that we make. And if we can't do that, then we're not going to do them.
Right, that's right. I mean, you can say we have high standards all you want, because we do. A lot of guys might see us as just a couple of guys with a YouTube channel trying to sell parts, or that's just a small outfit from Mississippi. But I can tell you that we have high standards with our parts, and that includes shocks.
Yeah, and we are a small outfit in Mississippi. But one of the things, we never sell any part. What we try and do is give people information. And if a part that we have meets their need,
that's right.
Then that part is.
And I think that's another reason why I love these shocks, because they literally check off every single box you would want. So if you have a bagger and it rides terribly, you hate the way it rides, and I can assure you, you go with these shocks. If these shocks don't do it for you, nothing will. They check off every single box. They give you maximum travel, a very plush, comfortable ride quality with a vast range of adjustability. So if you don't like plush, you can set them up for an aggressive, sporty ride. They have an unparalleled lifetime warranty that even covers rebuilds. So, I mean, what more do you want out of a shock?
Yeah. That's easy to say now. The work is done. I mean, we spent a year and a half, 2 years, and I can't tell you how many times Devin, who was doing most of the work of changing out, and we I don't know how many dozens and dozens of prototypes we ran, trying to get it dialed in, to get it to get the design to provide the best quality ride. And we kept thinking we were there, and we weren't there. We had to be head and shoulders. We never wanted a person to be able to put a pair of these shocks on their bike or trike and go, I don't know if I can really tell a difference between this and an Olin's or a Pro Action or a Progressive or a Wilbur's. They're about the same. It had to be head and shoulders better. And that was a long, hard road to get to. And we're glad we got to it. We're going to be putting up on the screen throughout the rest of this video different reviews that we've gotten from customers running these shocks, and you can see what they're saying, unsolicited, what they're saying about these shocks.
So like Kevin said earlier, it took us a while to get these on the market. There was a lot that went into it, and a big part of getting them out onto the market has also given us a place to manufacture them. We had to, not only we have to design shocks, we had to design an entire facility, an entire building dedicated, a clean room, if you will, dedicated to assembling these shocks. Because man, these shocks are about as complicated as a flat screen TV. There's so much technology in these shocks, and Kevin's being a little modest. I can tell you this, without a doubt, I'll eat my hat if I'm wrong about this. The next company that tries to develop shocks that are better than these will have their work cut out for them. As of right now, these are the absolute best Harley shocks on the market.
The big question is, why did we do the intro of them a year ago? And then for the last year, we've not done any forum posts on them. We've not done any videos on them, even though you can see all the reviews that are up on the screen about how much people love them. No forum posts, no promotion of them, no specials of them. No videos of them, and that's because when we introduced them back in January, almost a year ago, when we introduced them, all we did was introduce them. We didn't actively promote them or talk about them at all, and we've barely been able to keep up with manufacturing. Each one of these is handmade, as you'll see in the manufacturing facility.
That's right.
Not only are they handmade, but then each one is dyno tested, and each one is then adjusted for each specific customer with their specific weights and riding style.
So if you guys were thinking we were just sitting on the shocks and saying, hey, these feel good, no, we actually put them on a dynamometer and determined the best result.
And so we've not had the ability to make large quantities of these and have them just sitting on the shelf ready to go. We've basically been making them. We maybe, have 5, 10, 15 shock cushion, but there's days when we've sold 7, 8, 10 pairs of these shocks in one day without even doing a video on them or any posts on the forum.
That's right. And we're notorious for our customer support and customer service, but right behind that is how fast we ship out orders. We try to ship out within 1 business day. And we can't do that if we're back ordered 100 pairs of shocks. So we don't want to get into the weeds like that. And we could, like a lot of companies do, but that's not us. It's not how we operate.
So we now have our manufacturing set up, all of our supply chain set up, so that we will be able to hopefully keep them in stock 100% of the time.
That's right.
And whether it's a Sportster, a Dyna, a Bagger, Tri-Glide, a Freewheeler, these shocks are, as Dwayne said, and as all the different reviews that we've seen up on the screen show, they're the best shocks out there. And while we've been very proud of that, very excited about that, we haven't been talking about it because we haven't wanted to run, we haven't wanted the demand for them to outstrip our ability to ship them out quickly.
Now, there's a few content creators. Some of you guys may have seen, people have reviewed the shocks or installed the shocks. One of our good friends, Steve at Sick Baggers, did a video of installation, so you can see an up close look of the shocks, and we'll put a link to that video.
So they can set up the shock that's going to be best for you. Now, with the extensive research that I did and the videos that I watched and the way that they explain how these shocks are made, like I said, this is a patent pending design. This is something that they came up with. They've studied for the last 2.5 years, and they finally released the shock. Now, they have a 13-inch version and a 14-inch version of this. The 13-inch version is what we're going to be putting on the trike today. Very easy to do. This is something that you can definitely do at home. After we got cleaned up, my wife got home from work, we jumped on the trike and we took it for a ride. The best part about on the highway is that when I was going through the long curves that we have out here, they're pretty sharp, some of them, and the bike felt super tight, felt great underneath us. And then I turned off on a country road, which I know is not well maintained. Took off down that road. The suspension blew me away right off the bat. I mean, it was just chewing up all of those little uneven bumps.
If you have any questions at all, shoot me an email to support@dkcustomproducts.com.
Y'all ride safe out there.